Somebody tell Donald Trump I'm looking to get married. Hey you guys, it's your girl Djena and welcome back to another video. How you doing? Cheers. Drinks on us. Happy New Year's. Why do I always say that? Happy New Year's, like 3 years done passed by. Happy New Year was good. Wishing you prosperity, happiness, good vibrations, positivity, you know, abundance of blessings and all that good stuff. Let me just fix myself because my girls. So you guys, the last video that I did, I asked y'all if y'all wanted a story time. And you said no, but guess who's back with a story time for you? I'm not even drunk. This just started. Anyway, look, I'm gonna tell you a story time, but before I do, I want you to know that my name is Djena. Welcome to my channel if it's your first time here. Welcome back if you already know what to do over here. What's good? I've been watching Pose on Netflix and it's just this amazing show with amazing people. I love everything about it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but honey, it is mine. I started seeing how like I was talking like Angel from Pose. And I know it might be like weird for you guys wondering like, why is this African girl, why is this little Guinean bunda scratcher talking like Angel? So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna fill y'all in a little bit on my life, okay? This is a quick little story time here. I hope you're ready. Okay, I'm getting what you call I'm sick, like I'm recovering from a cold, so I'm getting groggy, but it's okay. We move. How does the story time go? I was living in America, right? And after a while, I went to America because my dad was an ambassador there. He was an ambassador in New York for my country, Guinea-Bissau, wait. And you know what? That deserves a drink. So my dad was an ambassador for Guinea-Bissau in the United Nations in New York. And we were living there. I lived there with my stepmom, my sisters, my brother, and everything was beautiful until one fine mighty day, my dad decided that no, he had enough of the States and he wants to go back to Guinea-Bissau. You took me from Guinea-Bissau to go to the States and eat hamburgers, and all of a sudden you want to tell me no, boo, pack it up, because we going back home. Ain't nobody going back home. No, I'm not going back home. Not at that age. I was the prime age of, how old was I when my dad was like, no, you got to pack it up? I think I was like 16, 17. Like I was still finishing high school, yo. And my dad's going to be like, pack it up because we're going. I'm not going anywhere. So I was like, bye-bye, boo-boo. You can go because I'm not going nowhere. So I stayed in the States, and guess what? As soon as my dad went, his diplomacy went with him, and guess who became an overnight immigrant? This girl. I became overnight immigrant. It was just like, I closed my eyes, I had a drink, and boop, I'm an immigrant. I basically had no status, no legal status to be in the States. I'm sure like things could have covered me because I had been there for so long. Like I had been there ever since I was 9. So I'm sure I could have, I could have been okay. Had I had a bit more, I'm sure I could have done something to have the paperwork flowing. But at that time, when I tried with my older sister, it just seemed impossible. It proved to be even more difficult because I had diplomatic status. And my status depended solely on my dad being there, working there. So I moved to, mommy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. All those years ago, I kind of lied. I kind of told you I was living in, what you call that, when I wasn't. I kind of was living in Irvington, in Newark. But we came out okay. I love you. So I was living in Irvington, and I used to go to ECC, Essex County Community College, or Essex Community College, Essex County College. And so I was going there, but like I said, I didn't have no docs, So I used to pray every day that I wouldn't get caught by La Migra. Because, yo, if you've been in the States without documents, you know what La Migra is. That's immigration. And I wasn't trying to get caught. I wasn't trying to get deported. I wasn't trying to get evicted. I was just trying to stay alive. So every day I used to tell myself, okay, girl, you got this. First of all, my strategy was to be the most like ghetto fabulous American that I could be. Because, I mean, even Americans didn't think that I was African anyway, because they used to look at me and they heard me and they just thought that I was African American, or they thought that I was Latina. Most people actually assumed that I was Dominican.
Wool up, nigga. Wool up, wool up, wool up. Just wool up.
I made it work for me. I made it work. I was like, okay, if I ever get stopped, I just got to put on the most ghetto accent I know.
You take that elsewhere. Don't bring that here. First of all, if you was beefing at a wedding, you should have been beefing at their wedding. Why would you bring this to somebody else's club? That's sad.
At the time, this is what we used to call it, right? Because white folks just made us feel like when you talk like that, you're ghetto. And now it's like cool. Ooh, it's cool to talk like that, you know? Like now it's cool to be ethnic and to be black and to be, you know, Latina and everything else. But back in them days, it wasn't. You was ghetto. So I used to practice in my head, and every time I caught the bus, I caught the bus from Irvington to go down to Essex, to go down to Newark to go to school or to do whatever I had to do, I used to just pray. So I used to just be like, all right, if I ever get stopped, I'm gonna be like, hi, officer. Mr. Officer? And I gotta like perk it up. Mr. Officer? You want to talk to me? What happened? You want to see my documents? What kind of stupid ass question is that? You know, you gotta be like rude with it so that they know, so they could be like, we ain't got time for this. What kind of question is that, Mr. Officer? Yo, I'm telling you, your life has been a roller coaster. And I used to just be like, if they stop me, I'd be like, Mr. Officer, I got robbed and I don't have it. I don't have like no documents right now, but I mean, we could go home. I could show you my mom, you know? And then I used to be like, nah, but that's too Latina, because what if they're like, maybe you're low-key Mexican. Where your documents? And you know, we ain't got no documents. Yo, I'm laughing. It's mad love to all my Latinos. Y'all know what the struggle, if you know what the struggle is, you know what the struggle is. So don't come for me, because y'all know. Well, maybe now you don't know, but back in them days, this struggle was real, hella real, yo. So then I'd be like, no, I gotta sound a bit more hardcore. I gotta sound like real African American, because then they can't question whether I came from another country. They just be like, oh, she's one of them. So I used to be like, nah, you know, I'm Mr. Officer, what can I help you with? You know, what, you trying to say I look like I need documents? I look like I came from somewhere? Do I look like I came from somewhere? Yo, But you know what though? Lucky for me, I was able to pick up the accent so well that you'd never know that English was my third language. And by the time I picked up English, I ended up dropping a little bit of my other languages, which is Portuguese and Criollo. Well, Portuguese kind of got dropped like almost fully until recently. But yo, like I used to always practice that. I'd be sitting on the bus and I just mean mug everybody. You know, I just mean mug. Like that, you know, whoever, because you never know, like immigration used to dress up. Maybe they still do. Like they dress up in civilian clothes so they can catch you that way. You know, you never know who you're sitting next to. Like everybody is suspicious. Everyone's a suspect until proven otherwise. You just got to watch out for yourself out there. So that was my life, yo. Until one fine day, I decided I had enough. I wanted better for myself. The document situation in America was looking a bit too tough. Like it was either get married or get out, or just, you know, come up with a lot of guap, because, you know, with the diplomatic status, it just made everything so difficult. So at the end of it all, packed my bags and I dipped. And you know what? I think it was like the best thing I did. I got to experience life in a whole different manner from there onwards. I came to the UK and life continued. If you want to know more, let me know and I'll do another story time. But that was my story time with almost confrontation with La Migra. I hope you enjoy that. I don't always do story times, but when I do, it's with the real juice. Cheers! And don't forget to subscribe to my channel because it's real out here. Dule papa, papa se yunko koli ya maten sana. Judy, a visto linda esse vídeo com imigração. Imagina americanos me pegam aí atrás. E não severo. Não, mas technically, o problema que tem aqui é because não sei era América, mas não tem documento legal para entrar. Like, we're good, right? Anywho, we move, we drag. Ah! I learned that in America.